If you'd like a free revision checklist that covers all the topics on your course, then do go to the description box and you'll see the link there. If you haven't done so already, please click the like button and consider subscribing, as I do post regularly. We know that a change in price will bring about a change in quantity demanded. What we do not know is by how much the quantity demanded will change. This is what price elasticity of demand is all about. Price elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of a good or service as it changes in price. Businesses will expect that when they raise the price of a product, it is likely that demand will fall. However, it is important to have an awareness of how much demand will fall. There are some products that if the price increases, there will be a large fall in demand. Other products, if the price increases, there will only be a small fall in demand. This really involves the elasticity of the product. Let's take a look at elastic demand first. So elastic demand means that people are very responsive to price changes. So when the price goes up, they buy less, and when the price goes down, they buy more. It's like when there's a sale or a discount. That is often an incentive for people to buy more because it becomes cheaper. So the definition of price elastic is when these products have a large percentage change in demand for a small percentage of price. Here we have examples of some price elastic goods. We have branded cereal, soft drinks, and a chocolate bar. If the price increases on any of these type of products, then people are likely to switch to an alternative. For example, with soft drinks, they have highly elastic demand. There is competition among every brand and type of fizzy drink, and there are many substitutes for the entire category of soft drinks. In addition, if a business was to decrease the price of a good by 7% and the demand increased by more than 7%, then this also shows the good is elastic. Now, not all products are like this. Let's take a look at inelastic goods. Inelastic demand means that when the price changes, demand for the good will change, but less than the amount of the price change. These products have a small percentage change in demand for a small percentage change of price. An example is if the price is increased by 7% and demand only falls by 3%, this means the product is inelastic. With price inelastic goods, although we have lost 3% of our consumers wanting to purchase the product, we increase the price by 7%, so this means our total revenue will increase. Here are some examples of price inelastic goods. We have peak rail tickets, so for commuters who rely on the train to get to work, demand will be very inelastic. So if the price of fares increases, demand will only fall by a small amount. With cigarettes, if the cigarette tax increases and the price of tobacco increases, demand will be very inelastic because many smokers that have an addiction to cigarettes, they will still continue to purchase the cigarettes. Then we have Apple, iPhones and iPads. The Apple brand is so strong that many consumers will pay a premium for Apple products even if the price rises. If a business were to decrease the price of an inelastic good by 7%, this may attract new customers. However, the demand may only increase by 2%, 3%, 4%, or even 6%, but not greater as a percentage than the change in price. Here is the formula for price elasticity of demand. It's percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Price elasticity of demand is always negative, so just ignore the minus sign. And do note also that a positive change in price causes a negative change in demand. Let's take a look at a straightforward PED calculation. A business increases the price of a good from £20 to £22. It was noted that the quantity demanded decreased from 100 units to 85 units. Let's review the implications of this price increase. Because of the price increase, the quantity has fallen from 100 units to 85 units, so it fell by 15 units. Now, what we need to do with that information is express it as a percentage. So we can use a percentage change formula, which is change over original times by 100, and the change is 15 because it was 100 and now it's 85 units. So that's 15 divided by 100 times by 100, and that shows that there was a fall of 15%. let's take a look at price. The price increased from £20 to £22, so there was a difference, a change of £2. We now need to express that as a percentage. So the change over original times by 100, so it's £2 divided by £20, that was the original amount, times by 100, and that gives us 10%. So now we have the information that we need to insert in the price elasticity of demand formula. We have the percentage change in quantity demanded, and we have the percentage change in price figure. And the answer, our PED figure, is 1.5 or negative 1.5. On to the interpretation of numerical values for price elasticity of demand. This is worthwhile taking down in your notes and remembering. Now, in summary, in regards to this table, quite simplified, but very important. If PED is less than 1, it means demand is inelastic. This implies that when the price goes up, the quantity demanded doesn't change much. And when the price goes down, the quantity demanded doesn't change much either. If PED is greater than 1, ignoring the minus sign, it means demand is elastic. In this case, when the price goes up, the quantity demanded drops significantly. And when the price goes down, the quantity demanded increases significantly. There are several factors influencing price elasticity of demand. Brand loyalty, time, availability of substitutes, product types, and income level. Products with strong brand loyalty may have inelastic demand because consumers are less likely to switch to alternatives even if the price rises. When consumers are highly attached to a particular brand, they may be less responsive to price changes because they have a preference for that brand regardless of its price. They may continue to buy the branded product even if it becomes more expensive, which makes demand less elastic. Time. Time influences price elasticity of demand. In the short term, people usually don't change their buying habits much when prices go up or down, so demand is often less sensitive to price changes. It's inelastic. In the long term, people have more time to adjust. They might switch to alternatives, change their habits, and/or find substitutes, so demand becomes more sensitive to price changes. It becomes more elastic. Availability of substitutes. If there are many similar alternatives to a product, people can easily switch to something else when the price goes up. This makes demand more sensitive to price changes. If there are few or no substitutes, people have no choice but to keep buying the product, even if the price increases. This makes demand less sensitive to price changes. Inelastic. The type of product significantly influences the price elasticity of demand. Different types of products, based on their different characteristics and consumer preferences, can exhibit varying degrees of elasticity. Necessities such as basic food items, water, and essential medications tend to have inelastic demand. People need these products for survival or health, and they will buy them even if the prices rise because there are no practical substitutes. Luxuries, like high-end fashion, expensive vacations, and luxury cars, often have more elastic demand. Consumers can easily forego or reduce consumption when prices increase because these items are not essential for daily living. Income level. When a good is considered a necessity and represents a significant portion of a person's income, the demand for that good tends to be inelastic. This means that even if the price of the good goes up, people will continue to buy it because they need it for their basic living standards and they can't easily cut back on consumption without affecting their well-being. For example, basic groceries fall into this category. Price elasticity of demand is a crucial concept in pricing strategies for businesses. It helps determine how changes in price will impact the quantity demanded for a product or service. Understanding PED can influence pricing decisions. By knowing the elasticity of demand for a product, businesses can set prices that maximize revenue. For inelastic goods, raising prices can lead to increased revenue, while for elastic goods, lowering prices can achieve the same result. Understanding PED helps in designing effective promotions and discounts. For inelastic goods, consumers are less responsive to price reductions, so offering discounts may not be as effective as for elastic goods, where consumers are more price sensitive. It's well worth getting this information from the table down, as it shows the relationship between price elasticity of demand and total revenue. If a product is price elastic, then increase in the price means that there'll be a fall in revenue, so a small increase in price leads to a large fall in demand. If a product is price elastic and there's a decrease in price, the impact would be an increase in revenue, so a small cut in price leads to a large fall in demand. If a product is price inelastic, then increase in the price means there's going to be an increase in revenue, and a small increase in price will lead to a small fall in demand. And if the product is price inelastic and there's a decrease in price, that means there's going to be a fall in revenue, and a small cut in price will lead to a small increase in demand. Thank you for watching this video. The next two videos that will appear on the screen are what YouTube thinks you should watch next.